Constructed.
Watch Rugby
Oh, it's a remote control. Who would have known you would have gotten magic also when you're watching this wonderful show that I created and invented out of my own intellectual property? Anyways, thanks for joining in. I hope you have fun. Make sure to let your friends know and to comment and look for notifications and ding dong. There's bells and there's thumbs and a whole bunch of stuff. And you can comment about anything that you see or anything I comment on. And let's have a conversation engaged so we can save the world from burning down and put climate change first and foremost on the agenda list of the United States Congress. Anyways, I'm just playing. Hey, make sure to like and subscribe. Enjoy the show, guys. It's episode 34, and there's a bunch of guests. I think one of them is Brooke Shields, who was complaining because she made a lot of money and a bunch of old white guys made her feel uncomfortable because they called her pretty and rubbed her shoulders a couple times. All right, you guys, enjoy the show and ding some bells.
It's live with Kelly and Mark. Today's film and television star, Brooke Shields. Plus, Academy Award-winning filmmaker, Jimmy Chiz. Also, Summer House, courtesy of TikToker, Shannon Doherty. All next on Live. And now, here are Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos. Nice. Welcome. It's June 1st, 2023. How is it June?
I know.
And they only give us 30 days in June.
Such a ripoff.
It's such a ripoff. It's a ripoff.
But it's
summer months need to have minimum of 32 to 35 days.
It's going to feel like summer today. Look at that here in New York City.
Ooh.
We're going to balmy 83 degrees and tomorrow 89. When it gets in the 80s in New York City, something happens.
What happens?
It starts to bake. It starts to permeate the stew, the smells just come out. The smells of New York.
Yes.
All that concrete and pavement just radiates that heat. So like an 80 degree, anywhere else is 80, but here it becomes like 90.
Let me tell you, we used to live downtown. You remember downtown?
Yeah.
The smells of Soho. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
And remember when I was pregnant, and sometimes when you're early pregnancy, you could develop aversions to smells.
You had an aversion to me.
Yes, I did. The smell of Mark used to make me very sick. And I love the way he smells. Like, the smell of Mark is one of my favorite things, unless I'm pregnant. And then I'm like, please get away from me. But I would walk outside in the morning and just walk outside.
You know why it's extra hot in New York during the summer? It's because when they were building the city and they were laying cement for the sidewalk, the type of the cement that they used attracted the heat from the sun in a certain way that it bounced off the cement and radiated back. So you're getting heat from above, but heat from below. And because of all the skyscrapers and buildings, there's not a lot of places for the heat to escape. It's the same thing with the sunsets, why it's very rare to catch a sunset or a sunrise, because you got to catch it in between the cracks of all these skyscrapers. All these skyscrapers and all these big buildings are effectively building one big wall, blocking sunlight and blocking wind and not allowing sun and heat to escape into the river. Right? And towards the ocean. And even to the west towards Lake Erie in Ontario. So basically this is like one big wall, circular wall, or oval shaped wall, if you would, that like Manhattan is, especially because it's small and condensed and there's the tallest buildings there. And so all the heat gets trapped from above and below all at the same time, and it has nowhere to escape. That's why it's an extra like 10 degrees. And the humidity is a lot higher than other places. And it's 80, but it feels like 90. When it's 92, it feels like 110. Just a bit of knowledge. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Put it in the comments. I'd like to hear where you're from. How old are you? Do you got any wife and kids? Let me know.
But I would walk outside in the morning.
When I'm pregnant, I think Mark smells like crap
too. Walk outside and go,
Soho is a lively place. You know, there's people, there's revelers and street toughs.
Street toughs, yes.
And revelers.
Not since Regis Philbin have I heard the phrase street toughs.
And so you get a nice stew of whatever happened the night before.
Yeah, right there on the sidewalk.
Yeah. Now the Upper East Side is just so more civilized.
It just smells like marijuana.
Yeah. And people don't really like to pick up their dog
Everyone
poop.
is smoking pot everywhere.
Yeah.
Guys.
It's 8 o'clock in the morning. What are you doing?
What do you mean? Why are you high already?
I'm like, you're building that skyscraper.
And I'm not an ageist, but you're my mom's age. Can you get baked later on?
Hey, what's wrong with wake and bake? It's better than waking and drinking. This is the future, Kelly.
Of whatever happened the night before.
Smoking weed early in the morning and getting some bagels and cream cheese, lots. Carrying on the side, easy capers, everything bagel, slightly toasted, cold lots.
People don't really like to pick up their dog
Everyone
poop.
is smoking pot everywhere. Guys.
It's 8 o'clock in the morning. What are you doing?
What do you mean?
Getting high. High trigger pie.
Somewhat civilized.
It just smells like marijuana.
Yeah. And people don't really like to pick up their dog
Everyone
poop.
is smoking pot everywhere. Guys.
It's 8 o'clock in the morning. What are you doing?
What do you mean? Why are you high already?
I'm like, you're building that skyscraper.
Drink coffee or espresso or anything. Well, what is this crap? What is this crap right here? What is that look on your face, too? I don't know why the hell this is happening. Weirdos. It just froze? You straight up just froze? All right, you guys. You're going to have to just fast forward like 3 or 4 minutes on the little bar. It's going to take me 5 minutes in real time, but it should take you just a few seconds to fast forward because I got to unplug this. I wonder if that's what Kelly looked like when she was giving birth. It's ridiculous. Why don't you? You know why? Because I had an itch. So instead of scratching it, I just kind of. So easy. I would use this.
Here, and this is Sports Center, and if you are waiting, this is not a good sign if you love softball. Rain and lightning in Oklahoma City, meaning we are delayed in the Women's College World Series right now. Oklahoma State and Florida State scheduled to get underway at 7 Eastern, so we will keep you posted as Sports Center continues right here on ESPN for the next 30 minutes.
That means more time to get you ready for NBA Finals Game 1. Denver certainly ready. They've never hosted an NBA Finals game before. They've also had 7 extra days of rest entering the series. Teams that have that advantage are 4-1 in Game 1. Of course, Miami will counter with one Jimmy Butler and tons of experience on their side as they hold a 70-10 edge on Finals experience, although a big chunk of that is Udonis has one. But there he is, Jimmy Butler and the Heat. Can they continue to do the unthinkable as a major underdog and take down the Nuggets? Hello, welcome to Sports Center. El Duncan, Kevin Nagandi. We do have you completely covered heading into Game 1 of those finals. We're going to hear from both coaches at their pregame pressers. We've got live reports from Denver just minutes away.
The NBA Countdown crew also ready to go. We will join them in a moment live from Denver as we take a look at what is going to be the key. And for the Heat to pull off an upset tonight, well, one thing is for sure, they have experience, as El brought up, as we get ready for 8:30 Eastern on ABC, Game 1, and Miami with that big advantage led by Udonis Haslem. But remember, some of these guys have played in that 2020 bubble in the finals, including Jimmy Butler. The Nuggets have just 2 players with finals experience now, where Denver has the distinct advantage. The rest, the Nuggets come into tonight with 7 more days of rest than the Heat. That's tied for the second largest ever entering a final. Teams with at least a week of extra rest are 3-2 in the series, 4-1 in Game 1, El.
Let's look at this specific matchup because the Nuggets have won 9 of the last 10 meetings against the Heat. If you look at the last 5 seasons, they're only lost August 1st, 2020, in each team's first game of the bubble, the last time the Heat were in the finals. This matchup, both Miami's worst record against any opponent, Denver's best against any opponent over that span. We mentioned the NBA Countdown crew. They join us now from Denver to set the table for a fantastic night in basketball.
All right, thank you, and welcome back to Denver and the finals, otherwise known as the Pat Riley Invitational, making his 19th finals appearance dating back to the early 70s between his career as a player and then, of course, a coach and now a legendary executive. And you see the big men are shaking hands. Alonzo Mourning and Shaq, and we're ready to go. Stephen A. and Michael Wilbon and Jalen Rose. So the improbable run of the Miami Heat bring them all the way to this place. But if they're going to...
What the hell?
It's just such more. It's so more civilized.
It just smells like marijuana.
Yeah. And people don't really like to.
Regis Philbin, have I heard the phrase street toughs?
And so you get a nice stew of whatever happened the night before.
Yeah, right there on the sidewalk.
Yeah. Now the Upper East Side is just such more. It's so more civil.
A street top or a street tough?
Lively place. You know, there are people. There's revelers and street toughs.
Street toughs. Yes.
And revelers.
Regis Philbin, have I heard the phrase street toughs?
Street top.
So you get a nice
on the
stew of whatever happened the night before.
Yeah. Right there on the sidewalk.
Yeah. Now the Upper East Side is just such more. It's so more civilized.
It just smells like marijuana.
Yeah. And people don't really like to pick up their dog
Everyone
poop.
is smoking pot everywhere. Guys.
It's 8 o'clock in the morning. What are you doing?
What do you mean? Why are you high already?
I'm like, you're building that skyscraper.
And I'm not an ageist, but you're my mom's age. Can you get baked later on?
Today's the start of hurricane season as well.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Is it like the unofficial start?
I would say it's the official. It starts today.
Okay.
I believe, yeah,
21
June 1st.
storms.
June 1st to November 30th.
Okay, let's see the names. It's like the weirdest. It's like a romper room. Remember romper room?
Oh, I remember. And I see Mark. I would get so freaked out. 21 storm names. Here they go. Arlene. Hurricane Arlene. We're going to have fun with that one.
Love that.
Hurricane Brett is next. Then Cindy.
We have our own Hurricane Cindy here.
Yeah. Dawn, Emily, Frank.
Franklin.
Gert. Franklin, sorry. Harold. Adelia. Jose. Hurricane Jose. Katya, Lee, Margot, Nigel, Ophelia, Philippe, Rina, or Rena, I'm not sure. Sean, Tammy, Vince, and Whitney. So there we go for the first 21 storms. I'm sure we're gonna have more than that, right, Gelman?
Who knows? They start normal season.
They'll start doubling back. All right. Well, let's hope and pray that it's not a bad one.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
Last night.
Tell me.
I went to go see another play.
Oh, you are.
I'm indulging in the arts of New York City.
Culture Consuelos.
I went to go see Grey House, directed by Joe Mantello. If you're in New York City and you're going through and you see that he's directing something,
go see it.
Go see it. You know, he's also an amazing actor.
He is.
He's really good actor as well.
Yes.
But what he does, how he stages these plays, and his direction is amazing. And Laurie Metcalf. Laurie Metcalf. If you have a chance to see Laurie Metcalf.
He said it was the best play he's ever seen. Yeah.
Now, it's a thriller. Okay? It's a thriller. It's scary. It's spooky. And to be able to accomplish that on stage is quite a feat, because in a movie you have music and camera special effects and you get scared. You know, they have a lot of that, and they were able to accomplish that. So I'm gonna set it up for you.
Okay.
Snowy night.
Yes.
Snowy night in the mountains.
Should we dim the lights?
Dim the lights.
I feel like we should.
Snowy night. In a cabin
we should
somewhere.
dim the lights.
Why would I go see it when you're spoiling it for
and
me?
There's Laurie Metcalf and seems to be her 4 kids. And they're watching like Bugs Bunny or something, which is really creepy. Yeah. Bugs Bunny can be creepy. And you hear this accident outside, and these 2 strangers get in an accident, and they have to come in from the cold, and they have to spend the night with them.
Okay, who are the spooky people? Is it so you don't? So you don't? No. I'm not asking for cast names.
No, I have to give you a cast name.
We're still in the play.
Yeah.
Are the spooky people the people in the house, or the people that have come in from the cold?
Great question. You'll have to go see. You'll have to go see the play. I didn't fall asleep, which is amazing.
Wow.
You're not. Of course, you're not going to fall asleep to a play you wanted to go to.
Plays one of the actors. He's amazing, and then there's a bunch of young actors, really, really young. They're just fantastic. There's some singing. It's amazing. It's not a musical, but there's some pretty good stuff.
Okay, well, I'll go see that.
Yeah.
But last night, as you know, now that I'm involved, now that I'm invested, I had to stay home to watch night 2 of Scandival. You know. Okay. So there are people that know and people that don't know. We were the not knowers. We were not knowing.
Yeah.
I still don't really know, but I am rather fascinated by watching this scandal emerge and all of the.
And we're very late to the game.
We're so late to the game. Lola keeps telling me that I shouldn't talk about it on the show because you don't even know what you're talking about, and you could be misrepresenting facts, not in evidence. Is what she yelled at me.
I had some people come at me. I mean, they were like very upset. Yeah. I always knew Mark Consuelos was trash.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that made me smile. Yeah, so that's awesome.
That's what did it.
Yeah.
You picking a side in Scandal?
I picked one side. Yes. I picked the right side.
You picked the right side.
Yeah.
You're on the side of the cheater.
No.
Oh, you're on the side of the third party friend.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
That's a very neutral position.
Yeah, of course. It's logic. It's common sense.
Yes, it is logic.
What did you think of part 2?
Now I'm looking at the lady that's telling me what to think. So I'm like, no, it's not common sense. I thought part 2 was very interesting. To me, the most there was lots of there's this guy that can't stay in his seat, and I'm really worried about him the most of all of these people. And again, I don't know his name. He has a British accent. He's got a pompadour. What's his name? James. Okay. He can't sit in his seat, and so I'm concerned that he either has a UTI or something else happening. So I get very invested in things that are weird and off the beaten path. I am fascinated by everyone's nail length and shape. So I find myself distracted by the stuff that doesn't matter because I have like a level of, I don't know what.
ADD.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Maybe it's ADD, but like,
it served you well, though.
Lola turned to me and she's like, oh my gosh, did you hear that? And I was like, hear what? I was looking at Lala. Is that her name? I was looking at Lala's nails. I didn't hear what she said. I missed everything she said because
So when I came home, I rewatched it with you because I had to. We did like 20 minutes on the show yesterday.
So I watched it twice.
Amazed at the dresses that they will strap themselves into. And
why?
Well, because they defied gravity.
Yes, but
and then they have to get out of them during breaks and they have to get back into them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm over it.
You're over it?
Yeah. I'll come back for the third part.
Because the third part is when the other woman is introduced.
Yeah, she's going to apologize and they're going to yell at her. And I think I'm predicting that.
You're predicting she's going to apologize and everyone's going to yell at her?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that seems to be what happens on the show. Give me a Jersey Housewives any day.
Yes.
Because that's the meaty stuff. It's also like every holiday at my house growing up. It is. I was like, we should have been recording this for years. We were sitting on a gold mine. Yeah. We didn't even know.
I know. No, I think Jersey just keeps it real.
Yes, keeps it very real. I know. I can't believe it. So, we always celebrate ourselves around here.
Yeah, why not?
We like to celebrate ourselves, but very rarely do we give credit where credit is due. And I'd like to give credit to a singular person. And I've often said people are like, why have you worked at Live so long? And I always credit one person. I work here because Art Moore works here. And Art Moore...
Where are you going with this?
Don't shake your head and get irritated with me already. I just started. 34 years ago today, on June 1st, 1989, the year Ryan Seacrest was born, is the day you started here at Live at WABC TV, and I'm so grateful to you for keeping this show and certainly my own personal spirit going all these years. I absolutely love you. The only person that loves you more than me is sitting next to me.
Art. You've been here on the show for 34 years.
Right.
How long with the company?
54, I think.
54 years. Back when it was Cap Cities?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. We used to get our checks from all my children. It said Cap Cities.
Cap Cities.
Cap Cities.
Uh-huh. Remember when Cap Cities used to give amazing Christmas gifts?
Yes. I have some.
Those days are long gone.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah, we're just so thrilled and honored to be able to work alongside of you and get to see you every day. And we don't take it for granted. What you do is very difficult, and you make it look very easy. People think you sit on our set and just spin a wheel, but that's actually not what he does. He's got a very big job, and he does it with very little fanfare. And we are just grateful.
It's a privilege.
All right, Art.
I've got great stuff.
Yeah, but we have a big reveal of Mark's statistics.
I wonder, does Mark, since his wife told Art I love you, does he have to tell you I love you too? Because he's new and he just started? Or does he not have to say it because it's like, I've only been on the show for like, a month or two. I don't have to say it. Or does he have to say it because my wife said it, and if I don't say it, what the hell? Like, put in the comment section, does Mark have to say I love you to Art, considering how short amount of time he's been on the show?
Is it time already? I've got great stuff.
Yeah, but we have a big reveal of Mark's statistics coming up. So we.
Oh, okay. So we do this and then his statistics.
Yeah.
When do you want to reveal his statistics?
Right after this, we're leading into it right now.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go.
Oh, you want me to read from the teleprompter?
Yes. Start at the top.
Okay. Start at the top. One day I'll get used to it.
Yeah, that's all right.
On today's show, Brooke Shields is here.
Also, we have professional climber and filmmaker Jimmy Chin.
And get ready for summer week with summer shortcuts.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but we're going to find out. That's my unpleasant
I
part.
know. Why we
TikTok star Shannon Doherty is going to start showing us. You mean like how to drive out to the Hamptons in under 3.5 hours?
She might have advice.
Okay.
Shortcut. Who gave Amy? Was it Amy's shortcuts out in the Hamptons those years ago?
It was Jerry Delfemina's daughter.
Amy's, right? Was it Amy?
No,
Yeah.
Was it Stephanie's?
Anyway, they gave out the shortcuts and got people very angry.
Yes.
Yeah, because now everybody knows the shortcuts.
shortcuts.
Now they're not short anymore. Okay, today's the day. We are going to reveal Mark's May mug results.
Oh.
What's the ABC polling we got involved? We calculated all the days in which the competition was solely Mark versus the universe.
Yeah.
Okay? Let's see if you really are the Tom Brady of this game, which again,
Here, Mark.
here is your May average.
Let's do it.
I don't know what this means, but your May average is 0.411.
41%. It's 41%. I was going to say it was about 47. I would have said 475.
Yeah, I don't know what
2 out of 5.
average that
2 out of
I
5.
can
Say 2 out of 5.
comprehend. Like,
So
what is
a
that?
baseball
Is
player,
that below average?
hit 411. Hall of Famer. Like no one's hit over 400 since Ted Williams, right?
God.
Oh, so you're
Right.
24.
Right. But I will also say that NBA player who has a free throw percentage of 41% would not be on an NBA team for long. And I think considering you have a 50-50 shot, what you are doing is more similar to an NBA player making a free throw. Not a baseball player trying to hit a 90-mile-an-hour small ball with a wooden stick. So you're using the wrong comparison. You are a free throw shooter because this is not that hard. It's 50-50. It's flipping a coin. So you are not batting 411 in the major leagues. You are shooting 41.1% from the free throw line. That is worse than Shaquille O'Neal, to put that into perspective. And for those of you that don't know who Shaquille O'Neal is, he's Kelly Ripa's next husband.
Babe Ruth.
No, Babe Ruth didn't have a 411 batting average. He was lower.
He had lower.
If a
Average.
baseball player hit 411, Hall of Famer. Like no one's hit over 400 since Ted Williams, right?
God.
Oh, so you're
24.
You're Babe Ruth.
No, Babe Ruth didn't have a 411 batting average. He was lower.
He had lower.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're better than Babe Ruth.
Oh, better than most. Yeah.
Who are you better than that I know?
Okay.
Okay.
Everyone.
Everyone.
Yeah.
You're better than everyone.
There's more.
But wait, there's more.
Okay.
We also have the results for your average since you began in April.
Yes, because we never.
Has it always been since? It's only been since April.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Oh my gosh, there's going to be no living with him now. Your average since April 17th is
547.
545.
Oh, I said 547. I should have rounded down.
We'll keep going with this average because I'm dealing with liars.
Oh.
Yes.
On the other end of these
Yes,
phone
now
calls.
people are lying with malicious intent.
That's correct.
To
Get the mug.
thwart you.
That's right.
Congratulations
Thank you
on
so
being
much.
the best. Don't know if that's verifiably
Let's
true,
see if
but
we can keep it going in June.
we're going to check at the end of every month until the cows come home.
Okay. All right, it's time for Live's Grow For It Spring Trivia.
Oh, it's a beautiful life. That's Ace of Base, guys. I like how she's dancing. I'm going to dance like that too. Hey, make sure to like and give me some stars. Tell me if you like my dance.
Until the
I'm
cows
just dancing
come
like
home.
I'm playing the game.
Yeah.
It's my girlfriend.
Our trivia dancer, Keisha Casares from Florida.
On the phone, let's say hello to Jennifer Pearden from Cartersville, Georgia, who watches on WSB. Hey there. Hey, Jennifer.
Hi,
How you
Hi.
doing?
I'm doing good this morning.
All right, here we go. You know how this game is played? You've given us two statements. One's true, one's false. We have to
Correct.
decide which one's the truth. If you stump me, you get this. All right, here are your two statements. I have a pet possum named Fred.
Oh,
Or I assisted my veterinarian with a 350-pound bear cub surgery.
ooh, okay.
Bear
What was
cub.
wrong with the bear cub?
All right, you guys. As you know, I like to guess off a first impression. And I think that a pet opossum named Fred, that's an interesting. I don't know if you could do that. And you can't just go visit a possum at the zoo and say it's your friend, or a possum that hangs out in your backyard and cubs around at night. You can't call that your pet because it lives on your property. Assisted a veterinarian with surgery. I'm going to say this. Now, I'm going to listen to her answers, and there's a good chance this might change. But I'm going to say this assisting a veterinarian could be just simply cleaning tools or handing them water or sponging their head when they're sweating. It doesn't mean you're like slicing open the cub's belly and like playing with its intestines. So my first impression guess is that assisted a veterinarian with surgery on a 350-pound bear cub is the truth. We'll see if I change it. And you can play along too.
What's wrong with the bear cub?
Let's be friends.
He had an injured paw. He was in wildlife rehab, so we had to fix it.
What was wrong with it? How did you fix it?
We went in and put some pins in the toes and a plate in his leg.
Okay.
Oh, was he hit by a car?
He was injured in the woods. Someone found him when he was just a teeny tiny little thing.
Oh.
A
Oh.
park ranger found him. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. And that's in Georgia?
Yes, Georgia.
Okay. And how long have you had this pet possum?
4.5 years so far.
Are they friendly?
Not when they're first starting out, but once they get used to you, they get friendlier.
Uh-huh.
There was a few little hisses and scrapes. And
What do you feed the possum?
Well, that's expected
he
from all
started out on
children.
goat's milk because he was a baby. He didn't even have his eyes open. Yeah.
And has he
And
moved?
now he eats cat food and pretty much anything he wants to.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Including
And
birds.
You never switched him over to almond milk or oat milk?
No, he's not a fancy possum.
He's not a fancy possum. Not olive oil milk. He's not into olive oil milk. Okay.
All right. Here we go.
Well, I think I like the way that she said. She kind of convinced me. She sounded confident when she said, like, oh, like the pet opossum. He had a couple shrieks. He makes a couple shrieks or sounds, or like, are they happy, or like, well, he's kind of, or like when he's not happy, he makes noises or something. Something she said sounded confident, and she kind of added something that just it doesn't sound like something that you would make up. I'll go back real quick. I apologize. I know to hundreds of people. I apologize.
And you never switched him over to almond milk or oat milk?
She said something very smoothly, and it just seemed like something that was the truth and just came out.
4.5 years so far.
Are they friendly?
Right here.
Not when they're first starting out, but once they get used to you, they get friendlier. There was a few little hisses and scrapes, and
What do you feed the possum?
he started out on goat's milk.
So when they said, "Are they friendly?" Not at first, but when they get used to you. Although I don't see an opossum being friendly when they get used to you, but who knows when you take care of them from a baby. But the way she transitioned, and then also said that there's a hisses and screams, that all seemed like a natural transition, and it was like she was telling a true story. So I'm going to change my guess and say, has a pet opossum named Fred is the truth. But damn it, you know what? She said has a pet opossum. It might have been the truth about the possum being mean at first, or just when they're younger, and then feeding it, and everything she said sounded like the truth because it was the truth. But this is the lie, because the opossum's name isn't Fred, it's Lola. So this is the lie. I'm going to stick with my original answer. The surgery is the truth on the cub bear, and the possum is the lie. She does have a pet opossum, but its name is Lola. This is the truth. Go get them. What do you guys think?
And you never switched him over to almond milk or oat milk?
No, he's not a fancy possum.
He's not a fancy possum. Not olive oil milk. He's not into olive oil milk. Okay.
All right. Will we go?
No, you go, because this is now your game.
Yeah.
I am your Vanna White.
A bear cub is just one more question. A bear cub is like a junior bear, right? Like a bear, little bear?
Like a teen bear, little bear, yeah.
Teen bear. They're okay. All right. I think you have a pet possum named Fred.
Are you sure that's your final answer?
It is.
No, I actually helped surgery on a 350-pound bear.
I told you she's going to say, I have a possum, but Fred isn't its name.
She gets the box. Yes, you get the box. Yay!
Look at that. She's been lying for so long, she doesn't even know the rules anymore.
Boy, you're starting off June with a bang.
That average just went down.
What's your batting average right now?
48.
All right.
There you go.
Art's going to spin that wheel, see what you're playing for. She threw you off with a little teeny bear.
Yeah.
That right? You were looking at the weight of the bear?
The weight of the bear seemed a little heavy for a cub.
Yeah, because when you go around picking up bear cubs, you always judge them by their weight.
Yeah.
All of the bear cubs you've picked up.
They look a little broad across there.
Yeah. Okay, Jennifer, you're playing for a $1,000 gift card to Instacart. You have 20 seconds and only one guess. Good luck. Oh, the audience likes Instacart.
All right, Jen, here we go. On yesterday's show, we talked with Rupert Friend.
Worst prize.
What date did Rupert say is his wedding anniversary?
Oh, gosh.
June 2nd.
What date?
Rupert Friend.
I'm totally blanking.
Memorial Day.
I'll say May 31st.
Oh. May 1st.
May 1st.
We share a wedding anniversary.
That's right.
Yes. In case you want to send us a card.
Aw.
But you got the mug.
You did get the mug.
Yay, I got the mug. Thank you so much.
Jen, you're still going to receive a $500 Instacart gift card, and you'll now be entered into our grand prize drawing for $5,000 in cash.
That's amazing. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
Thanks, Jen.
Thanks for playing.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Still ahead on Live. Get ready for Summer Week continues with some easy summer hacks with TikTok star
Shannon Doherty from 90210.
Doherty, professional climber and filmmaker Jimmy Chin. And coming up next, Brooke Shields.
This is our premium plan.
I can love me better than you can. That's my brother.
Custom dental treatments you need all under one roof right nearby. So we can bring more life to your smile and more smile to your life affordably. New patients without insurance can get a complete exam and x-rays for $19 and 20% off treatment plans. Aspen Dental, anything to make you smile. Schedule your appointment today.
Welcome back, everybody. She shot to superstardom as a young girl and literally grew up in front of our eyes. Now she's sharing her life story in an incredible new documentary. Please welcome Brooke Shields.
Thank you.
So happy belated birthday yesterday.
Yesterday was my 58th birthday.
Anything special? Did you guys celebrate?
You know, and it was really nice. We just had a small dinner with some friends. It was it was lovely.
I know. It was like, wait, did you spend your birthday doing a pre-interview for our show?
Yeah, well, I started off with an MRI on my knee, and then I had a pre-interview.
How is your knee?
My knee is better. I don't have to get it fully replaced.
That's amazing.
Oh, God. That's good news.
It is very good news. I have so many pins and rods, and
I feel like you and I went through a phase in our lives where every time we saw each other, somebody was in a cast.
Or a boot.
Yes,
a boot
exactly.
A cast, crutches.
Hey, your daughter is modeling now.
You know, she wants to,
Okay.
and she's doing little things here and there, but she's 17, and so the rules have changed.
Yeah, there she
Since
is.
I was, and she would be in the sort of the adult sector, and she has to wait till she's older.
How do you
I'm
feel?
just so have to get it fully replaced.
That's amazing.
Oh, God.
Very good.
That's good news.
It is very good news. I have so many pins and rods, and
I feel like you and I went through a phase in our lives where every time we saw each other, somebody was in a cast.
Or a boot.
Yes,
a boot
exactly.
a cast, crutches.
Hey, your daughter is modeling now.
You know, she wants to,
Okay.
and she's doing little things here and there, but she's 17, and so the rules have changed.
Yeah, there she
Since
is.
I was, and she would be in the sort of the adult sector, and she has to wait till she's older.
How do you
I'm
feel?
just so
How do you
happy
feel
about
about
that.
that?
So I fought it for so long.
Of course, yeah.
And it's such a different industry now than it was.
Yeah.
She's interested in runway, and that's brutal. And backstage is just brutal. I never did runway. I don't think I would have been able to handle it.
She's not even that
and I don't know. You know, I finally had to sort of give in and say, okay, if you're going to do this, I'm not going to be your manager.
No.
You're going to be with an agency. You are going to have a great work ethic. It's not going to be comfortable, and you're going to listen to me. And those are my rules, and you're going to college. So,
So she goes, I'm not going to be your manager, but you're going to listen to me, and I'm going to tell you what to do. So does that mean I'm going to be your manager, but I'm not going to take a commission?
At the point where you got to the listen to me part,
she wasn't in the room anymore.
Yeah, exactly. You are going going to listen to me, and then their eyes glaze over.
Yeah, because your
And
mom.
she's like, and you are? Sorry,
Yeah, and that's so smart. You didn't want to be her manager because your mom was your manager.
My mom was my manager, and we were glued at the hip, which probably was how I could survive.
Picture you posted for Mother's Day.
Yeah, because you couldn't get to me.
But you were also 9 years
old. She
old.
was such a mama bear and so protective. On the one hand, I was very naive, and the other, I was just, so thrown into this crazy world. And it's so much faster now. We didn't have social media when I was a model. I wasn't traveling all over to Europe unless it was for photo shoots. It wasn't to do show after show after show, which is just such a rat race. And if that's what she's really passionate about, and she's ridiculously stunning, like she's, you know what I mean? Like all our kids are, but like,
no, but capitalize on
well, in a way. And I was like, okay, but you have to have longevity. You have to have staying power.
And you said go to school.
Oh,
go to school.
Go to school.
Yeah. Do you know that you went to?
Don't make any sex videos and post them on the internet, for Christ's sake.
Oh, don't
go to school.
Go to school.
Yeah. Do you know that you went to Princeton? My brother went to Princeton, and you guys were there at the same time. I went to go visit him, and I was on Brooke Shields' watch.
Yeah, that was.
Did you?
I didn't see you. No, I didn't see
I was
you.
probably in the library.
Yeah, I want to go to the library.
Yeah, I was such a nerd in college. I studied.
Well, I was
so
very
hard.
disappointed.
Oh,
Anyway,
well.
but who knew? Your first movie, people think is Pretty Baby, but you're actually in Annie Hall. That was your first movie.
Well, I was in Annie Hall, but I end up on the cutting room floor.
No
Okay.
kidding.
So the little girl that says I'm into leather, or if you're like a fan of it, I'm in the row next to her, and I play a pilgrim in the play, and I didn't make the final cut.
Oh.
No, but
were you sad about that? Like, do you remember anything from that experience?
I remember filming it because he had 1,000 kids in this, like, it was practically a football field, and it was inside this like abandoned, I want to say, school, and they gave us all box lunches. And
did you think that was cool?
I thought it was so cool. And we were all sitting on the floor, and each thing is in a little container, and I was just like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And it was just a lovely experience. It was just 1 day or 2 days. So so it was. Yeah. It's so
interesting.
Then I did a horror movie. Many of them, even though a lot of them weren't intending to be a horror movie.
Before Pretty Baby.
Before Pretty Baby, I was 9, and I did a movie called Holy Terror. With Jason Patrick's mom played my mom, who's Jackie Gleason's daughter.
Oh wow.
So it was like that was a scary movie.
You know how they have like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon?
They should have.
It's like 1 degree of Brooke Shields.
Yeah.
It really is true.
Hey, we have to take a break, but when we come back, Brooke shares her daughter's reaction to her new documentary. Stick around.
Still ahead on Live, professional climber and film director Jimmy Chin.
Restore your home or business to cleaner and healthier spaces. For a fresh start this spring, call or go online to schedule your deep cleaning with Stanley Steamer today.
You be able to see that movie today? Why wouldn't that movie be able to be made today? Like, it's just everything's changed.
It's called child pornography, technically.
Also, just like everything is different now.
You do have shows like Euphoria where, you have girls that are young playing characters that do go through sexual things. But
Yeah, they're not 11. They're all like 25 playing like 16.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like all of those people, they're like over 21.
Wow.
First of all, I just want to say, look at that civilized conversation.
I know, I did it.
In our house, a fight would have broken out. There would have been yelling and screaming.
A revelation to me because the fact that they weren't fighting was amazing. None of that was planned. They weren't primed. And to hear them talk like as young women.
And they're referring to that show Euphoria, right?
Euphoria. Yeah. And I saw the first season with my older daughter. She asked me to watch it with her. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay. And then there was it brought up some good talking, like conversations. But sitting at that table, listening to them feel comfortable enough to say something that could be uncomfortable or feel like judgment about their mother. Mm-hmm. And it just was a great mom moment to sort of say, well, my daughters are so much farther ahead and with their comprehension of their selves, their bodies. We had another conversation right after that about TikTok and Instagram, and we were talking about the objectification of women. And I said, well, the way you post, why do you do that? Right. And they said it makes us feel good about ourselves.
I know.
And I said, okay, you know what? We just need to keep talking about this. Yeah. But does it make you feel good because everybody's in filters and face tuning and body tuning and
or doing things that people aren't doing?
Yeah, and I said, I think you have to really be careful of what you're putting out there. When you do want to get a job, they're going to look at all that.
They're going to look at it.
Well, you can delete it, Mom.
Yeah.
Really? No, forever.
You're very honest in this movie. Are there some things that your daughters didn't know that was surprising to them?
They knew about postpartum, but for instance, Rowan said to me, she goes, I'm never going to read your book, Mom. And I said, okay, you don't have to read my book. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I think there's bits about it that are things that happened to me sexually that I don't think that they don't see their mother that way. Right. And they can't fix it. Right. And
Mom's a virgin.
I didn't exist before they were born. Right. Exactly. And I said, well, if you see me on film with somebody, what's your reaction? And they're both like, ew. Yeah. Right. And that's what you want from your daughter. I'm their mother. And the minute they see me in a public way, I'm owned by everybody else and I'm no longer owned by them. The thing that they really, really hooked into was how difficult the journalists were with me as a young person.
And inappropriate.
Yeah. Nobody complained about that. Nobody wrote about that. They only wrote about subject matters in fake films. Right. In movies that weren't my real life, Right. But the way they hammered at me, that really, my daughters took real offense to that. Because I'm 12.
Exactly. And they're 12 years old and having to endure that. And and in this world where we talk about everything now, like about how we objectify women, how brutally women get treated in the media. But when you go back and see what you went through,
and highly regarded, talking about my virginity at 12 and 13, journalists. It's like it's so interesting in looking back at all the material because my mom saved everything, and so it was just all archival, and I just handed the whole thing over. I never wanted to do a documentary.
It's really brave, though.
Well, thank you.
No, it is super brave.
Thank you.
She got the clap from Harvey Weinstein's dad.
Thank you.
Tomorrow on Live, from the new series, The Crowded Room, Amanda Seyfried.
Was how difficult the journalists were with me as a young person. You have to really be careful of what you're putting out there. When you do want to get a job, they're going to look at all that.
They're going to look at it.
Well, you can delete it, Mom.
Yeah.
Really? No, forever.
You're very honest in this movie. Are there some things
talking about this? But does it make you feel good because everybody's in filters and face tuning and body tuning and
or doing things that people aren't doing?
Yeah, and I said, I think you have to really be careful of what you're putting out there. When you do.
Was Kelly telling her husband to shut up or agreeing with her husband when she
filters
snaps?
And face tuning and body tuning and
or doing things that people aren't doing?
Yeah, and I said, I think you have to really be careful.
Be careful. She's agreeing.
Don't miss.
Me as your true.
Oh, geez, that was almost perfect.
On 5-66-22.
I feel the memories of nearly 20 years in this valley. Years of joy, pain, doubts, and reassurance. Love in a new way, so strong, so lasting. Few have lived as we have here. So yes, my darling, I'm lonely for you. Nothing calms me as your true and steady hand. Come home to your wife.
That was a clip from our next guest's new film, Wildlife. Please welcome professional climber, photographer, and Oscar-winning filmmaker, Jimmy Chin.
Now listen to this. Listen to this, Mark. I'm going to tell you a story. Jimmy splits his time between New York City and Wyoming.
Love it. Yeah.
Heaven.
Is it a bit of like when you come back in, is it a bit jarring from Wyoming into New York City?
You know, I've kind of gotten used to it.
The sounds and the smells, right?
Yeah, but you know, I love the juxtaposition of going from the wild landscape of the Tetons into the wild landscape of New York City, basically.
Concrete jungle.
Yeah, it's a good contrast.
Tell us about this film, Wildlife, because it's very riveting. The story is riveting.
It's a very personal film for me. It's really about some of my mentors and heroes, but it's about Doug Tompkins and Chris Tompkins, who were behind some of the biggest brands in the world, like hugely successful brands. Doug started the North Face and Esprit, and Chris was the CEO of Patagonia, founding CEO of Patagonia. And they left it all behind and moved to this remote valley in Chile and started buying up this land to create national parks.
Wow.
And in the end, did the biggest private land handover in history. You know, they protected and preserved 15 million acres and turned them into national parks.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Like, give us an American equivalent of that.
Yeah, I mean, I think...
Is there an American equivalent?
There is, to a degree. I mean, I think Yellowstone National Park is the biggest national park in the United States, and it's huge.
Yeah.
You know, I live right on the border of it in Jackson, but that's 2 million acres.
Wow.
And so they've protected and preserved 15 million acres. It's really extraordinary. And I've kind of been able to follow along with this whole process where they were building this.
So they preserved 7.5 Yellowstone parks.
Yeah. You know, I live right on the border of it in Jackson, but that's 2 million acres.
Wow.
And so they've protected and preserved 15 million acres. It's really extraordinary. And I've kind of been able to follow along with this whole process where they were building this, and it was such an audacious dream. When I first met them, this idea that they'd be able to do it was just unthinkable, you know, just the scope and scale of it.
What was the biggest challenge of making this documentary?
I mean, I think this film also involves, you know, a group of friends, their group of friends, which includes Yvon Chouinard, who started Patagonia, his friend Rick Ridgway, who's one of the great adventurers of our time. And there were just too many stories. There's so many great stories about the adventures they'd been on, and to really kind of get to the essence of what they were doing and how they did it, because the story spans like 60 years.
That's the problem when you have that kind of material, the scope of it all. It's like you want to make a 35-hour long documentary, you know? Which you could have easily done.
It is so painful editing like this this is hugely painful because there's so many great stories.
We can't wait to see it. Thank you, Jimmy. Wildlife streaming now on Disney and Hulu. Next, summer fun shortcut. Shortcut. Stick around.
Live will return in a moment.
You and I communicate very well. The only thing I haven't figured out is when you're trying to talk to me while you're brushing your teeth.
That's live. Amanda Seyfried from The Crowded Room, plus ABC's Jennifer Ashton. Get Macy's lowest prices of...
Come on in here. We're continuing to get ready for our summer week today with some super simple summer shortcuts. Please welcome back TikTok superstar Shannon Doherty.
Ready. Take us through. First of all, I'm already in love with everything.
Tips and tricks to make your summer easy and fun. First, sunblock. We know it's important to put it on our kids. They don't like to put it on.
They hate it.
Makeup brushes. Put the sunblock right on a makeup brush. They will have so much fun
They think it's
putting
makeup.
it on. My daughter, Peaches, she loves it. She puts on all her makeup covered.
Look at me.
Something I always have in my freezer. Frozen out.
After sun.
Get an ice cube tray, fill it up, and then after you get out of the sun, you will be freezing cool, refreshed.
That's
so smart.
Nice.
Yeah, so smart.
Another little tip that you're going to say, why didn't I think of this? When you go to the beach, you take off your sandals.
Yeah.
Leaving the beach, you put them on, they're burning hot.
Right.
So when you take them off at the beach, just flip them over. You will be thanking me for that all summer. Something you also want to
be in for 35 years. Me burning my feet.
Grab a little tackle box. I get these, any store, and fill them either with paint. So if you want to entertain your kids at Long Beach Day, they can paint the shells and rocks that they find. All over the beach, have fun, or fill it with gas. And then number one thing that you have to bring to the beach with you, a collapsible laundry basket. So you're leaving the beach, you have a towel, sand toys, shake out all the sand, put it in your car, and bring it to the laundry room.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to find out how to make the most of your summer party. Stick around. That's a great idea.
Tomorrow on Live, we'll cook with Food Network star Chef Alex Garnicelli. Network.
Well, is there even any pause? Oh, there is a break. Bam.
Tomorrow.
Next, Cameron Hall.
Today at 1 on ABC 7.
For Get Ready for Summer Week, Live is partnered with Yasso. Finally, a ridiculously creamy, chocolatey, chippity ice cream experience with 100 calories because it's made with Greek yogurt. Right into our inbox for a chance to win $5,000 cash and a year's supply of Yasso products. Yasso, ridiculously better snacks.
We're back with TikTok star Shannon Doherty. Shannon, what are the other special tips that you have here for summer entertaining?
Here's some other easy ones you are going to love. So packing your cooler for the beach boat trip. My kids would always ask me for ice pops, but by the time I pulled them out, they'd be all melted.
Yeah.
Store them in a thermos. So that way, when you pull them out at the beach, they're still frozen. They stay cold, insulated in there.
And apparently you can make these with alcohol now, so the grown-up, you can pack a grown-up.
Grown-ups can have a fun trip too. Okay, always in the summer, have cupcake liners with you. Throw them in your bag, or for a party, you can use them on drinks to keep the bugs away, or you can use them on the bottom of your popsicles to catch all the drips. Mom hacks of the century. We love those.
That's really smart. This also prevents you from getting drugged and raped.
centerpiece that looks pretty and keeps the bugs away from your food.
It smells so good.
Smells so good. Just put some lemon, lime, essential oil, citronella, and some rosemary. Fill it with water. Add your floating candle. The bugs will stay away from your dinner.
Why is that?
Because of the citronella and all of the rosemary, everything. It keeps the
are
bugs
bug
away.
repellent.
Yep, bug repellent. DIY.
Yeah, we need to do
And
this.
it looks really pretty on your table.
We need to do this. Like, we'll put this next to our bed.
Put it everywhere. Okay, how many times have you been making burgers and you're done? And who wanted which one? Is it well done, rare? Label them with your ketchup. So this is the best idea.
Come on.
Take your ketchup. You can write like dad on the burger.
Dad's burger.
Dad.
Oh my
And you're
God.
done.
All right,
Okay.
thank you.
Last fun idea, make water balloons out of sponges.
Oh, fine.
Easy, reusable.
All right, thank you, Shannon, for all these great tips. Head to kellyandmark.com and we'll be right back.
They return in a moment.
Cats want taste. You want healthy and
Make water balloons out of sponges.
Easy, reusable.
All right, thank you, Shannon, for all these great tips. Head to kellyandmark.com and we'll be right back.
They return in a moment.
Oh my God. And you're done.
All right,
Okay.
thank you.
Last fun idea, make water balloons out of sponges.
Oh, fine.
Easy, reusable.
All right, thank you, Shannon, for all these great tips. Head to kellyandmark.com and we'll be right back.
So basically, instead of filling up water or filling up balloons with water and having water balloons, just take sponges and get them soaking wet and throw. Instead of throwing water balloons at people and buying the balloons, just use a sponge and throw wet sponges at each other. So you're encouraging little kids to throw wet sponges at each other. You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Accident?
Shannon Doherty. Give her a follow. Seems like a nice girl. You got to respect a grown woman who wears braces.
I love it.
Tomorrow, Amanda Seyfried is here.
Also, Dr. Jennifer Aston.
What a shame. See you tomorrow, everybody. Bye.
One day Saturday. It's a
Hey, thanks a lot, old Chuck. I'm not Charles Barkley. I'm a comedian doing an impression.
AC's a
I swear, I promise. Oh, come on.
It's live right now. All of the hot topics on your mind are on the table. From politics.
If this reporting is accurate and there is this tape recording, there will be an indictment.
To pop
Oh,
culture.
damn. No,
There
thank
are
you.
days where the hate outweighs the love so badly that I want to quit music and just disappear.
You're lying.
And
That's just a
everything
lie. You're not
America's
going to do
talking
that.
about
You're,
right
you're saying that for
now.
pity and
But
sympathy.
Montana State Representative Zoe Zephyr and Nick Mohammed. Here come Hot Topics with Whoopi, Sarah Haynes, Anna Navarro.
She's bluffing. Lizzo's never going to quit or retire. She's saying that to get everyone to freak out and be like, oh my gosh, she's going to quit. Everyone, leave Lizzo alone. She's going to retire and quit music, and we don't want that, you know.
Trophy. And y'all? No.
Anyways, we all call Lizzo's bluff. She's full of it. Anyway, I got to go. NBA Finals started. Check it out. Peace and one love. Make sure to like and subscribe and sign up for notifications. And we're going to have a raffle next week. All you got to do is go to this email address. It's